Today is Monday the 10th, aka the hottest day in the history of the world. And I just got back from camp. Whoop-dee. So there's a lot I want to tell you. For instance, class. We had the strangest teacher with the craziest colloquialisms. Just to name a few: my main man, pots and pans. What's the story, morning glory? Quiet on the set. Let's keep it to a low roar. He'd also get things wrong, like grossly oversimplifying. He'd say, "Now I know I'm grossly simplifying." Now I'd forgive him for all of this, except for the fact that he would try to stump the kids. I know a lot of teachers do this, but it still annoys me. He would look for someone and make sure that they weren't paying attention, then ask them a question, and even if they were paying attention and they just didn't answer soon enough, he would say, "Ha ha ha, 1 for me, 0 for you." It would be so infuriating and demeaning of our status. In case you couldn't tell, I'm coming down with a bit of a cold, but no worries, it's probably just sinuses or allergies or something. We did do some cool things in class, like dissecting sheep's brains and experimenting with some crayfish. Not torture, of course. I also want to tell you about this hilarious activity I did at camp called Life Advice. It's where two of the RA's counselors gave advice to kids about real life problems. So, of course, I had to go and interfere with that. Basically, I would come and make up some really funny, phony life advice questions and submit them, see how many they actually were fooled by. By the second time that life advice was done, there was quite an audience signing up. Just to give you a few examples, I'll read you some of what I asked. Ahem. My roommate has demonstrated his affinity for snuggling by crawling into my bed at 2 a.m. There has also been the sporadic stripping. How do I tell him I'm straight? I've been dating this beautiful girl, which is awesome, but seeing her makes me wet myself a little. And the Devil's Den, that was our convenience store, doesn't sell diapers. What should I do? Since entering high school, this is my favorite. Since entering high school, I've been having a bit of a bully problem. The problem is, I love the sound the nerds make when squished. How do I stop? Last night, my friend said I lost our virginity, and now I feel empty inside. Is that normal? I usually use my brother's vibrating toothbrush, but I was too embarrassed to ask to bring it to camp. The cafeteria doesn't have cucumbers, so where can I find a pleasant substitute? Lately I've been feeling uncomfortable with then it has father's crossed out, and wrote it is mother's new sexual identity. How do I express my anxiety to him / crossed out her? I was really nervous about performing in the talent show, so I asked my RA for advice. He said that I should visualize everyone in their underwear. The problem is, I can't seem to stop. Just to clarify, none of these are actually true. Before CTY, I asked my parents for a rabbit, but they said no, that I wouldn't take care of it. I got one anyway, but had to leave it at home to come to CTY. However, I forgot to leave food. Should I tell my parents? And that was just the first life advice. I have a lot to tell you guys about camp and everything, but I don't know what to start with, so just leave comments with questions or just what you want me to talk about camp, and that's what I'll do in my next video. Peace out.